It's Madden NFL 22, and we've got a showdown in the AFC East. It's the Pats and the reigning AFC champs. Coming up next.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle with the New England Patriots. Well, we thought this could get interesting. Here's interesting. An onside kick to start this thing. And this is secured by the Patriots.
Let's go.
On first down, Hunt. He's going to find his tight end, Boyle. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. And they'll run it. This is James Robinson. The numbers in last week's ball game for Robinson. 2 trips to the end zone and well past 100 yards.
And going back and watching the film, we saw every kind of run from him, didn't we? We saw some power, we saw finesse, we saw speed, and what I love the most, he finished each and every run.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here.
Here we go.
They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On 1st and 10, Hunt. He's going to air one out. And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots.
They can't hold me, Coach.
Bryan Edwards, his first touchdown on the year. And the Pats have taken the early lead. Not a bad way to start it.
And I think that was part of their script because so many teams script their opening possessions. And whether it's just that possession or even deeper into the half, sometimes it's 15 to 30 plays. That had to be one in there where they call a shot play. Go for the big one, and they got it done.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
Let's go. Check. 18 Rattler. 44. Mike, 44. You better be afraid of me. You better be afraid.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Escaping the pressure right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. Charles, already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Eluding the pressure right, and he'll just get rid of it.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Come on, boy. You better be ready. Don't be scared of it.
Back to throw here. Man open, that's Anthony Schwartz. And he almost made it, but just short. Finally out of bounds, right down around the goal line. A big play there on the catch and run. And I think that's a pretty good illustration of why they try to get the football into his hands out of the backfield. That was something else. And he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. It's their quarterback. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Huskies are an extra point away from evening this one up. And now a 2-point conversion attempt forthcoming. They'll try and run it here. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. So why go for that there? First half, you could have tied the game at 7. Why try to get the lead?
Feels like an analytics call, doesn't it? That's starting to really get into the game where they're studying where you can make extra points and the whole deal and get an advantage. But I don't know that we have enough data yet to really say this is the right play or the wrong play. Maybe in 2 or 3 more NFL seasons.
Could change.
Exactly. 2 or 3 more NFL seasons, I think we'll have a much better study and a much better case of what we're going to do.
They'll try the left side. It's Robinson. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
I got you.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Flush to his right. Got an open man, it's Schwartz. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The front office all smiles when the ink went dry on this new contract.
Not only them, how about the coaching staff? Because oftentimes the front office, the coaching staff may have different opinions about the value of a player. I think everyone was in sync on this one. He's a guy that they needed to keep.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 13 carries, 69 yards, and a touchdown.
Well, watching the film, we saw that things clicked pretty well for them in the running game last week. No reason to change in my mind. Continue to try and run the football, give it to them early and often in hopes of breaking down the defense so some bigger gains result as the game goes on.
Here we go, D. All day, defense. 70 range, 70 range. 44 is the mic, 44 is mic.
They'll look to throw here.
It's going to be a long day on this.
Touchdown! Anthony Schwartz, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Huskies have taken the lead. Now the offense will stay out there. They're going to line up and try for 2. They're going to try and run. And he will get into the end zone again. And he seems to have a nose for it as he gets both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. Well, not content with a first quarter lead, I guess. They're going to go onside kick. And this is secured by the Patriots. So an onside kick fail in the first quarter. Not sure I completely see the logic there.
It's not apparent, is it? You almost have to go deeper, I think, and maybe if we try and work along with them and speculate a little bit here, they must feel like they need to steal possessions in this game, and maybe they don't match up possession for possession with the opposite team. They've got to steal it and try and gain an advantage, and they tried. They just didn't get it done.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Well, my initial thought was that maybe he was just trying to blindly throw this one away, and maybe he was. But he's going to get away with it because as he tried to throw it over the left sideline there's a receiver right there in the area, so no grounding call.
Shedding the tackler that gives him some room. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Well, that is a running back who was not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him. Throwing on first down. Hunt, and this is incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
We got 4. Check.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And that's complete to Cooks. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
They go play action here on first down. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. On second down, it's Robinson, and that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice.
And he's going to go down, sacked back at the 13-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So as they take it over, we step aside. Butker's kick here is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the 3.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
Toronto's offense ready to take over. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
They'll come out throwing here on first down.
Come on, QB, come on.
And a throw right sideline is complete.
Let's go.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
Get the ball. 44, Mike, 44.
Yeah, let's get some.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Wide open receiver complete. Touchdown. A great effort there. His fourth touchdown on the year. And the Huskies are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Here we go now as they will again try for 2. They're going to keep it on the ground. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. Needed a couple yards for the 2-point try. They go to the ground game, and it works.
And sometimes it's the exact right thing to do because a lot of teams play you for the pass, so you spread people out, decide to run the football. You often find good running lanes.
We got this.
And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that, just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Here comes the blitz as they look to throw. And this one is incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And this is going to wind up left. Well struck, but it's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points,
touchdown! Anthony Schwartz with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Huskies are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Now, first quarter, and this lead is already getting into dangerous territory. They better be careful on the other sideline.
Yeah, it feels a little bit more like a basketball game where one team is pressing and that team can't get the ball over half court. I mean, it is stealing it and scoring it, layups, the whole deal. That's what it feels like right now. They are all over them.
And this is secured by the Patriots. A second quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, you know, and the right approach in going after it. Also may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things and it won't come back and hurt them later.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On the run, it's Robinson. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Off the play fake. Hunt. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
The scoreboard tells a story for him, a little bit bleak. And while it's not quite desperation time yet, it's definitely getting close. But the defense reads the scoreboard as well. They're going to back up and make them really earn it.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Hunt under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. The safety blitz turns out to be a great call defensively as they sack him for a loss of 9. The Patriots will bring on the field goal unit. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it. from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue, because after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Toronto's offense ready to take over. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, we'll see if the defense, they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
And finally out of bounds inside the 5 at the 4. A big play there on the catch and run. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation.
Oh, yeah!
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
It's a quarterback sneak, and he is over the line for another rushing touchdown.
Keep getting those touchdowns.
Is he a quarterback or is he a tailback?
This is it.
A great play there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Huskies are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Extra point splits the uprights, and the route is on here in this first half. Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. And this is secured by the Patriots. The risk reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them. And field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things. Now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. On 2nd down now, it's Robinson, and he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
To throw on 3rd down, Hunt, and he's got Fuller. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the 1st on the 35-yard strike. Butker's kick here is good. And they get a little bit closer here as the lead's down to 3 touchdowns. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration, now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Let's go, baby.
And able to get this out to the 25. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened...
There he goes left side. 20. And touchdown. Anthony Schwartz on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Huskies are able to stretch out their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
On first down, Robinson. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down. New England on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19. Off play action. Hunt. Under pressure, and they got to him again. They overload him that time on the safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7. The Patriots send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally, you run to set up the pass. Here, it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry up.
44, Mike, 44. 7 Pirates. I got you, son. 40.
On first down, he'll drop to throw.
Just like that.
And he will find his man Schwartz. That's complete. Touchdown! Anthony Schwartz on his way to a historic performance. 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Huskies just continue to roll. They'll try and run it here. And they are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more. And so they run it in on the 2-point try. You know, so often, Charles, we talk about from the offense's perspective what you do on the 2-point conversion. How about the defense? How do they play run versus pass?
It's really difficult for them because I think most teams want to play for the pass. That's what they see most teams do. And so are you able to mass enough people inside if the team decides to run it? Very difficult. I think what you're seeing a lot more now, people blitzing the 2-point conversion. They want you to make a quick decision and make it right now.
There, the offense wins the battle for 2.
Let's go. Cowboy 80. 19 Tiger. All day, baby, all day. Mike 9. Mike 2.
On first down, Hunt.
25. Check 25.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Robinson. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Mike 9. Mike.
Looking to throw. Hunt. Outright, this is Boyle, the tight end. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
Now, that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
On 1st and 10, Hunt firing quickly here, and that's complete. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. This is first and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime.
Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
Back to throw. Hunt. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. And the sack leads to roughly a loss of 6, and it brings up second and goal. Looking to throw. Hunt. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. 5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's third and goal.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're...
And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. James Robinson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Patriots get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible, but all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Extra point by Butker is on target. And they get a bit of a respite here from what's been an otherwise dreadful first half of football. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first 2 quarters. Let's get this to the locker room. They'll look to throw now on first down. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up second. All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. This will be fielded inside the 5. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter. And the first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football.
And now off to the races down the right side. And he almost made it, but just short. Finally out of bounds, right down around the goal line. A big play there on the catch and run. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a first and goal situation. They'll try and sneak it here. And he is over the line for another rushing touchdown.
Is he a quarterback or is he a tailback?
It's their quarterback, keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Huskies come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. They're going to try and run. And, boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more.
Personally, I'd rather see him kick the extra point there than to go for 2, but it almost feels like there's a story within the story here. I mean, this isn't college. You know, size of victory, that matters in those games. Here, all you have to do is win by 1 point. That's all that you need. Instead, they go for it, get 2. You got some pretty ticked off folks on the other sideline now.
So here are the Patriots now. They get ready for their first possession of half number 2. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. On third down, Robinson. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be fourth down. Butker's kick here is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Another 3 on the board. He's been the lone bright spot. That's now 4 field goals.
If this offense had finished a few drives, we'd be looking at a different complexion to this ball game, because right now the trade is really wrong for them, isn't it? They're trading field goals while the other team's scoring touchdowns. That's not going to work.
After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Toronto's offense ready to take over. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Back to throw now on first down. Flushed out right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. They'll run on first down. Bear. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Second and 5. He'll find Schwartz complete right side. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good, soft in spots. There's an easy throw and catch for another first down.
He'll have a first down inside the 10. And this will be a touchdown. A great effort there. With his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Huskies have got it on cruise control. And now once again, they'll line up to go for 2. They're going to keep it on the ground. And they are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more.
But I guess when you're hot, you're hot. I mean, I would just go ahead and take the extra point and move on, but apparently they've got something to prove. Almost feels like something was said this week, and they wanted to make sure that they laid it on them in this game.
Let's go. Let's do this.
Mike 9. Mike 9.
Too little, cupcake.
Throwing on first down. Hunt. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Off the bootleg. Hunt. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down. I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational, CD. That is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining. As they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the pressure gets to him again. Micah Parsons providing a little deja vu, back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a 4th and long.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And out will come the offense as they take over. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. He has been a touchdown machine. It has been enjoyable to watch.
And the scoreboard continues to light up as a result of his efforts. He's been a blast, though. Every time you look up, you just figure if he's got the ball in his hands, he's going to end up in the end zone. It's been that kind of a game for him.
Absolutely. Now you just keep waiting for more. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. He's going to have the hook up to Schwartz. Touchdown! Anthony Schwartz, 78 yards. And the Huskies get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Here we go now as they will again try for 2. They'll try and run it here. And, boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more.
I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now. Very similar to the bat flip in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this. But to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there. And sometimes it has a way of catching up with you.
On 1st down, Hunt. That's into the hands of the tight end, Boyle. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Defense, keep it up, guys. Nine the mic. Nine the mic. You can't block me. You can't block me.
Mike 9. Rocco switch. Rocco.
Off the play fake. Hunt. Throw complete right side to Cooks. Touchdown, Patriots. Brandon Cooks. His first touchdown on the year. And the Pats able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit. Extra point by Butker is on target. So they do get one score back, but still a long way to go here in the third quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
We got this.
Now on the return here, we've got an injured player down there. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Still well in control of this ball game, despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago. Back to throw. Open man here, Schwartz, complete. Touchdown! Anthony Schwartz, 78 yards. And the Huskies are pouring it on. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
And I'll tell you what a bird's eye view I've got here, because that was absolutely something else to watch. Not a lot of wiggle in that. That was catch it and go, and he used those wheels of his to absolute devastating effect.
And this is secured by the Patriots.
All day, baby, all day.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
Even. 4 down.
On 1st and 10, Hunt. That's into the hands of Edwards. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
Throwing on 1st down, Hunt. Throw left side complete. That's Robinson. Touchdown, Patriots.
Here we go. Here we go.
James Robinson. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Patriots able to get this back to within at least some measure of respectability. Extra point by Butker is on target. So they do get one score back, but still a long way to go here in the third quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. Toronto's offense ready to take over. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
44 is the mic.
Panther 11, Panther 11.
You want this? Fofo's the mic. Mike's supposed.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He finds his man, complete. It's Schwartz. Touchdown! Anthony Schwartz, 87 yards. And the Huskies are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
And sometimes you see big plays develop on a route like this, a slant route, and the object, very simple. Get the ball to your receiver in stride. This one was right on the money. He didn't miss a beat, and then it's off to the races, and there he goes.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it.
Well, I have to admit, I'm scratching my head a little bit here trying to make sense of what I just saw. Number one, huge lead. Just kick the extra point and be done with it. Number two, If you are going to go for 2, just line up and go for it from the 2-yard line. Why make it so difficult? That's a long way to go to try and pick up some points.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. On first down, Robinson. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. So both offenses come to life here in this third quarter, as this is shaping up for a good finish. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. To throw on second down, Hunt. He gets it to Cooks. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
On first down, Hunt. Here's Fuller with a catch. Touchdown, Patriots. Will Fuller, his first touchdown on the year. And the Patriots get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Extra point by Butker is on target as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Toronto's offense ready to take over. And Charles, in a very one-sided affair, I think we've reached the point in the broadcast where you and I, we may have some filling to do, right?
Yeah, I think you're right about that, because we got to try and keep people around. We don't want them to change the channel. Stay with us in this game. Is that Ben Ramsauer? Are you hearing from Ben on the headset here telling us stretch this thing out a little bit?
Get some talking points. Dig them all out.
That's what you get. A big-time producer. Keep them here.
A good start to the drive. That's caught out on the left side. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. One play has him to the 37 here for first and 10. They'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
And he almost made it, but just short. Finally out of bounds, right down around the goal line. After the big play, a chance to finish now on first and goal. They'll go with the keeper, and he is over the line for another rushing touchdown.
Is he a quarterback or is he a tailback?
A great play there. Keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Huskies look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you leaned back in your chair and you would. Yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot.
No.
Okay.
The Patriot offense now set to come back out onto the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. On first and 10, Hunt. He finds his man, complete. That's Alexander. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, They don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to come back to you.
Mike 9, hey, you got to...
From the gun, Hunt. Over the middle, complete. It's Alexander. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down.
Good. Watch the twist, watch the twist.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Alexander. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. They'll stick with the passing game as he blitz coming, and down he goes. They overload him that time on the safety blitz, and he winds up being dropped for a loss of 7. New England on 3rd down. Just 1 conversion and 8 tries. Not good. This is 3rd down and 12. And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. And there will be a break in the action here. They're going to take a timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. Butker's kick here is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Toronto's offense ready to take over. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will.
And he is over the line for another rushing touchdown.
Is he a quarterback or is he a tailback?
It's their quarterback, keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Huskies extend their lead yet again. They're going to try and run. And they are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more. So they kept it on the ground, got it into the end zone. But, Charles, sometimes you probably see teams treat a 2-point conversion differently than if it was 1st and goal from the 2, or I should say 3rd and goal from the 2.
I agree with you totally on that. A lot of teams treat it as if they have farther to go and shy away from running the football. I think this is a great spot to do it because most teams play you for the pass. Go ahead and run and let your linemen surge and fire out.
Throwing on 1st down. Hunt. That's out wide here for Robinson. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And all the way down to the 5.
Let's go, let's go.
A big play there on the catch and run.
Here we go. Viking 18. 60 Bison, 60 Bison.
4 down. Alert, alert 86, alert 86.
Back to throw. Hunt.
Watch the screen, watch the screen.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. Through an opening, and there he goes. Past the 20. And he almost made it, but just short. Finally out of bounds, right down around the goal line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And
he is over the line for another rushing touchdown.
Is he a quarterback or is he a tailback?
A great effort there. keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Huskies take advantage of the field position on the turnover to cash in for 6. They're going to keep it on the ground. And, boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more. Oh, a little cruel here. They're going to go for the onside kick up big. And this is secured by the Patriots. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of it.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and this is picked up by the defense. There he goes, right side.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. It's a quarterback sneak, and he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. And, partner, are you kidding me? With this game that he's having, we are in uncharted waters like we've never seen before.
Just think, if he keeps every football from all the touchdowns scored today, does he need to build a new trophy room at home?
Yeah. A couple trophy rooms. Maybe a whole home for a trophy room.
What a phenomenal performance, and I'll guarantee you he's going to reward the rest of the offensive unit after this as well for helping him get to this number.
He better. This is just unreal.
Here we go. Yeah.
Hey, we got a seal. We got a seal. We got a seal.
Check back. Check back.
Mike 9. Mike 9.
Man.
On first down, Hunt. And this will be caught by Edwards. They find some open field here. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Let's go.
A big play there for the Patriots. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. They run. Robinson. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line. 2nd and 8.
19 Tiger. 19 Tiger.
We got to get to that. Mike over there. Watch the run. Watch the run.
Off play action. Hunt. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. A gain of 8 there on the play. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
So the Patriots with the football as we get you reset. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
Operating from the gun. Hunt. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5.
19 Tiger. 19 Tiger.
Hey, I'm coming. I'm coming.
Looking to throw. Hunt. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Extra point by Butker is on target as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Toronto's offense ready to take over. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point.
Here we go. Here we go.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. Got an open man at Schwartz. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And this is secured by the Patriots.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise...
And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Well, it's hard to put your finger on whether this is something to celebrate or something maybe the offense is embarrassed by, but that's now 6 field goals he's made in this game alone.
Yeah, he's bailed them out quite a bit so far, but it's very comforting to know that you have a kicker that's got your back.
Now, this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
How's that, bro?
Toronto's offense ready to take over.
They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
Get him, boys! Get him, boys!
Come my team! Come my team! Let's go!
Looking to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Schwartz. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Toronto, it'll be a 500 start.